Two of the three men who carried out the attack on Saturday night in London have been named. Pakistani-born Khurram Butt, who was 27, was known to the police and the MI5, but there was no intelligence to suggest that he was preparing for an attack. The other was Rashid Rudwane, who was 30, from the same neighborhood of Barking as Khurram Butt, and the police say that he's believed to be Moroccan-Libyan.
Both were shot dead by police after driving a hired van into pedestrians on London Bridge before stabbing people in the area around Borough Market. Olivier Guita is managing director of the security company Globalstrat.
So Rashid Redouane is in a way much more concerning than Butt, because of all the recent cases in the UK, is the only one that was not on the radar of security services. What would be interesting to know is if he was a sleeper agent, because Islamic State claimed that it was a sleeper cell that perpetrated the attack on London Bridge and Borough Market. But we don't know yet what is linked to Butt and the cell is, and how it came about to come from Dublin into London. I think the main issue is going back to basics, getting human intelligence really up to the level it should be, not rely so much on electronic intelligence, and get much more to getting informers and people to help you within the community, for people to pick up their phone and call you with intel, which happened obviously in London with the Whitehall plot that was foiled by close associate of the terrorists that had warned the security services of the potential attack.
Do you think the terror threat level should have stayed at critical?
It should have stayed at least until the end of Ramadan, because that's the highest period for jihadists to carry out attacks around the world.
Police say that Molotov cocktails were found inside the van. Does that mean anything to you in terms of a change in the nature of the threat?
I think that what it shows is that we've been extremely lucky that the attack was not much more bloody than it was, because it was very amateurish, and it still doesn't make any sense why those three jihadists were together in the van and came out of the van
why leave the cocktails behind?
Exactly. And also, why didn't they stay in the van and try to kill more people, like in Nice? In Nice, one guy in a minute and a half killed 86 people. Why would they come out of the van, the three of them, with knives and try to stab people, while they could have done coordinated attack on three separate targets in London? That would have had much more effect. It's baffling why it happened this way, especially if, as Islamic State claim, it was a sleeper cell, which means that, you know, they've had some kind of training, or they should have known about what to do.
But you're saying that this just looked a little bit amateurish, to be honest, and which means that they were more inspired than organised by so-called Islamic State.
Yes, or that they got scared, or that they wanted to stick together because, you know, by being the three of them, they were stronger. I mean, so I think that's much more the explanation rather than the fact that they were inspired. It's the first time that Islamic State actually claimed that it was a sleeper cell that carried out the attack, which is quite meaningful.
Thank you, Olivier. I really appreciate it. Many thanks.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.